Yes. Call the commissioner meeting to order and we'll start with the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. They're just ones that we hadn't quite
Okay.
figured out how to calculate, and I've got them calculated now, so. Oh, but she's doing it. Something I think we need to look at. When it comes time to read them again. Maybe
Oh, I think I grabbed this last week. Oh, I have to.
I'll get you one here.
That's it. I got it. Sure, listen. Got one, Teresa.
Okay. Work is going away.
I know. I
Grab them again.
throw stuff away.
Mhm.
I want to see my shop.
Just do that finish out. It's in a clean mode, and me too, though. And then I start pitching. So,
Be so nice this whole next like 10 days.
yeah,
It's so
for today.
cold. Yeah, this morning.
Easy. Okay. No, it's the different one. Throw that one away. That blue one and that black one I just stuck in there. Rather have one like that. Or either. It is now. And not.
Couldn't see that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Pond the other day.
That.
Yeah, I had to go around the pond the other day. You need to go down there and see that sometime. It's here. Yeah, it's accumulation of thousands of hours.
Or you? Leslie.
I'm always on a mission.
Okay.
That view was not only the courthouse park, but South Hill also.
Oh, I thought they only approved this.
It was both.
I thought it was just this one.
I thought so too.
I thought when we made the motion, it was just the courthouse part.
I believe the motion was the courthouse and South Hill.
So,
The block across the street. Mine is not, was for that one too. We're keeping the tennis courts,
There's only the one half of this block, one Sawhill. I worked on the legal.
I can't find it yet, but Amanda's not in yet this morning. Remember when we did that?
It was in December.
So repair. $89. Just to me. Handcuffs, 3 pair for $89. That's all. Wow.
Well, government basically owns them where they buy them and so.
I
11:26.
Oh, my bad.
Like I couldn't remember it, so.
Well, there was a discussion in regards to they've been maintaining them. And the county had gone to the expense at one point because of the curb and gutter around Saw Hill. And so because they were maintaining all of that anyway. And the leases were coming up for both of them.
Sorry, I did not remember it being both, but that's okay. Just put Sawhill Park and in the. No, sorry, I did not remember it being.
No,
that
that's
way.
okay. I mean,
I think maybe because we had more discussion on the.
right, because of the alley.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I was just mentioning to the commissioners that there was a discussion in regards to they maintain it. At one point, they were redoing the curb and gutter and the county had to pay for that.
Right.
So,
On that, do we need to do a termination like we did with the airport lease? I mean, they kind of brought that up the other day and I wondered.
I don't know that
Simple
we
termination.
do, I mean, we could, but I mean, it has an expiration date in it.
Right.
So with a contract, if it has an expiration without being renewed, It should automatically terminate
terminate. Okay,
because it hasn't been renewed.
okay. I'll let her know. I know she brought that up the other day. She's like, oh,
Well, with the whole airport thing and
yeah, that was,
I understand.
It's in the minutes, I think.
what is?
You just did.
I just corrected him, yeah. I had a whole discussion with stuff and then get the minutes corrected. I only had courthouse park in there.
Last time I got a deal at the Wilford, I'm not like $20.
It's fun.
Mhm.
It's done, right? Is that pretty fun or pretty done?
Oh, probably, yeah. It's okay. But these can be fun. Well, in a Monday. Maybe. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. What's that?
As I've all written that, I can read it.
No, I'm just.
On project going up there.
Almost got the Jeep done. Almost got that sandbox done. If there's a done, I have to find something else to do. You need to go down and see the zip line though. 170 feet. What about regional?
Motion to approve the minutes and warrants.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes and warrants as stated. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Anything?
Nothing. My stuff's later with Steve.
Let's go ahead and present. We got 5 more of the NRPs calculated for rebates, so you could do those. Approve. The other one, that is those other 2.
I'll put this up. It's 39.
Yeah, that's pretty. I wonder how many more are. I heard but there was a lot more trees in the park. The trees in the park. There's a picture of the courthouse from 1939, and the front's just covered in trees. I said, I heard, I think there was a lot more trees in the park at that time. But,
When they did that major renovation over at Saw Hill, you would go in there and it was dark. I
They
can
did, like,
remember as a
canopy.
kid,
Wow.
there were so many trees.
Okay, fine, that's what I'll living in something wrong with it. Going out and coming in and seeing the paint of the tree.
Well, I don't. One thing on that, the
Right.
binding on the song from like 1850. Oh, something like this. So, play something.
Motion to approve the NRPs.
It's been moved and seconded for the approval of the NRP grant, write-offs. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Mary Bikeman brought in another Fair Board application, so
Are they sealed up now?
I honestly don't know how many members they have. She'll be in later, we can ask her, but I'm honestly not sure how many current board members that they have.
We chat at one time. You should be up to be by districts.
So we went through a whole listening, trying to find everything yeah, but I think we finally just made it up to 15 members. Free for all.
Have a bid on that.
Accept Samantha Leach's application for federal.
Who's been to a point? To a point. Mm-mm.
Moved and seconded to appoint Samantha Leach for Fair Board. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed?
I've given Brett or the county valuation notices just for your interest to look through. I'd also like to point out that Kansas Transit Appreciation Driver Appreciation Day is March 18th. So we've got some signs to put up, and I'm got a little thank yous and stuff to our two transit drivers, Dennis Fredericks and Dennis Merklin, because I feel like they do a really good job and we need to appreciate them. So I did pull up numbers on transportation. February, we had 261 rides. January was 257. Our average, which would be from July of 25 through February, is 212. So some days we keep them on the run all day, and other days it's slow, but that's just how it goes. But yeah, it is utilized service and very appreciated in our county. So. Oh, that is either the hospital or the clinic, because we own those. What it is.
Going down, down, down.
Want me to get Amanda?
No.
That's where that one comes in. Sorry, don't know. A20. Think so. Those addresses up there confusing.
Gotcha.
Online.
Look at the bill.
Roger told me he's gonna try to attend Little KAC on April 15th. Willie or Brett, can I put you guys down to try to attend? I don't have a official schedule yet, but as soon as, since we've moved that meeting, yeah, okay. I think it would be, hopefully we'll have, okay. Okay, well, I will put Roger and Willie down and I'll let you know as soon as I get an official itinerary for that day. It'll be good. The only thing the senior center invited Dawn, myself and Amanda down to do 30-minute what our offices, what part it does our office have with tax preparation and budget. So we're going to go down on Tuesday at 12:30. Each of us are only going to get about 7 minutes so we can have some question and answer. So hopefully a little insight to the senior citizen at the senior center. So just wanted you guys to be aware of that. And then the High Plains Mental Health sent out communication about their grand opening and board minutes. Their grand openings for their new mental health center, crisis intervention center that they are getting ready to open.
That's right.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's in Hayes. But that's all I have. Yeah, it's a crisis center.
To donate the 70,000.
That open house I have down is on April 16th. So I think there's a couple different times, one in the evening and then something else, but I don't know how long they've been working on that.
You didn't trust me, did you?
Sure.
Yeah. Met Jane.
I'm sure it,
Well, yeah.
I'm sure it. Yes, sorry. I'm
Wake.
on my computer. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I'll do that. That would be great.
Who comes over to, okay, on J.D. Bringing to his work on outside.
Like it's. Okay, I went way on. Oh, wait.
It's like, take a whole thing to that. Yesterday. You were outside. Like, this is a mess.
I got something to do. Thank you. Dear one.
Yeah, I'm like, it's hot. That's right, there's just one. Look at that. Wrinkle point.
You're not Jeremy and Ryan, is that right?
I don't know if Jeremy's gonna be, I imagine he's going to be here, but yeah, Ryan and, Carol Parch, I think is the other one coming.
Want to just take a break and deliver you?
You just give us 5 minutes break, probably.
Ryan.
Morning.
And do you know if anybody else is coming from the board?
Well, I think there was a miscommunication,
Oh, shoot.
Oh,
because I thought it was 9:30.
Oh,
Sorry.
So Carol Parks would be the other one, but I don't know that she'll be here till.
Anything from your comrades up north on the fire?
It's huge.
it's still going?
Like 80,000 acres, it's a over 2 hours.
Fire.
If you guys want to come on up or whatever, you sure can. If we want to get Carol on the phone or Jeremy on the phone, if you want to, we can try to work you in. If you want to wait, whatever you guys want to do.
You tell us.
You can come.
But I will sit back here at home.
Joel front.
Oh, you mean like,
No, you can. Oh, no, we just push it back.
they don't bite.
So just to kind of update you guys on the clinic in Burke City.
Mhm.
Century 2 has been collecting private donations as well as looking at some grant options to finish the clinic build over there, which will be at a new location across from the sheriff's office on that lot. In preparation for that, I guess we want to not be operating on assumptions and have a conversation with you guys as far as there's two things with the new clinic. One, the sale or disposition of the old clinic when that time comes. And then also, the new clinic, it is our understanding Century 2 would like an agreement that if the clinic would ever close, since the community is funding the clinic, not the board or the county, that then we would turn the building back over to them.
You guys, not the city. Okay. I know when we set up the motorcycle museum, we just turned it to where it go to the city. So
It was just kind of one of those things. We're excited to do this, but if something goes south, we didn't have to really buy it twice.
right.
You know, maybe to find somebody else to occupy the structure or some business or.
The funding from the sale of the old one will go towards this.
So currently it is my understanding that because it is county owned, that when it is sold, it would go, correct me if I'm wrong, to the general fund. Those funds would come to the county in the general fund. We would like it a motion or on record, but that money then come back to the board to help with the project. So, because they'll be furnishing the new clinic as well as maintenance going forward, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a conversation. Ryan had reached out to me in regards to what Century 2 was inquiring about, reached out to colleagues. I think we got our questions answered and how this could work. And I about that too, Ryan.
But before we break ground, we just want to make sure that we're all on the same page and we have everything set.
Production.
Mhm.
So I believe the clinic and the ground that it sets on will be in the county's name. Building and the ground.
Correct. So it's deeded in Cheyenne County Hospital. However, Cheyenne County Hospital is owned ultimately by the county. Did I say that correct?
Randy, you remember that?
Get it right.
Ultimately, Cheyenne County owns it.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually Cheyenne County doing business as. But you know what? Maybe I should run downstairs and grab that stuff.
How's it coming?
Good. We're getting down to kind of some final looks, drawings, cost expenditures. Aaron's been, rallying the remaining. We're close on getting the funds around. So we're getting there.
We have some good grant opportunities that we're pursuing. We got accepted to, you have to do a letter of intent to the Patterson Family Foundation. And so our letter of intent was accepted, so we're able to apply for funds to them. Not little amounts, like big amounts
Good.
of sorts. So hopefully we'll have a good shot there. And then there's other opportunities as well. But yeah, we've raised a lot of funds so far.
It's
We've had,
exciting.
Hmm?
It's exciting.
it is, yeah.
Current clinic that we have now is a far cry better than what we had. But as times change and just healthcare is one of the main things that come to the top of the pile when we'd have our town hall meetings, to see what needs or what the community really needs. And this always kept coming back and kept coming back. So thought maybe that might be an avenue to pursue to.
Yeah, we had a family who is from here, but they've since relocated to be near their kids, but they come back here frequently. The clinic has always been like on our radar because we've had people, approach us about like, can we do some updates or, something to that. So it's always been in the pipeline, but this family approached us and was like, hey, we want to pledge 100,000 towards a new clinic.
That's good.
Remaining anonymous, but then it's kind of hard to be like, no, that's not really where we're focused right now. So you kind of clear the slate and you pull people on board and you try to get something to work. It's been a long time coming, but we're so close.
When are we hoping for it? Hoping.
Well, that's the $1 million question, Willie.
That's why I said hoping.
Yeah, hoping. I think hoping would be going into like this next year. So
6 or 7.
20, like going into 27,
Okay.
but stuff happening in 26. Yeah.
Some of it you don't have a lot of control over, but we've made strong references to contractors that we've talked to that we'd like to see a lot of Cheyenne County tags at the job site. Whether it be cement, framers, electricians, whatever that is, we'd really like to be able to utilize what we have here. That's been pretty heavy handed too. So we're kind of excited about that if we can get it all to come together. It's always fun to see a lot of local tags at a job site.
It is. Local.
Yeah.
I remember we went in there, talked to, won't use names, but the first person for donating to the motorcycle museum, and we were expecting maybe 20, and he goes, I'll give you 200,000. We were like, it's just neat.
Yeah.
People will surprise you. Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of that money out there. They're wanting a place to focus. If you can find their passion, their whatever that is, that get them on board.
Yeah, this guy blew me out of the water that he even liked old motorcycles because he's from Goodland. And I was like, yeah.
During our match day, we had the clinic project listed. We've had it listed for 3 years now, I think, on our match day. And I mean, it's every year it's brought in over 10,000, and that's when we first stuck it on. I don't think we had a lot of high hopes because typically people aren't giving as much if you can't provide a game plan of where's my dollar going? Which rightfully so, but I mean, immediately community just bought into that. So it's kind of surprising, but not surprising, you know? The amount of money that came in with really no description on that, just
Yeah.
the fact that we're pursuing a new,
No picture of a
Clinic,
building, no
yeah.
nothing, you know.
Makes you feel good.
that your focus is at least aligned for a little bit.
And trying to figure out funding while the costs keep going up and up.
I was gonna ask if you locked in prices on stuff.
That's, we're trying, yeah. Where time is of the essence.
But there was a few hurdles, and this was probably one of our last hurdles, was to, you know, let the board feel good about the fact that, you know, kind of a doomsday clause, if something happened, right? You know, where does that ground, that building, all the funds that we raised to do this, where does that end back up at? And that was always a lingering concern, and I think before we go any further, we need kind of something chiseled in stone that'll happen. Yeah.
Brian, they're not expecting too much wind this week, are they?
Get warmer.
On Friday.
With no moisture in the forecast, that's not a good.
There needs to pull it together because I'm hanging on by a thread.
There is discussion, though, that as of the end of March, our pattern might change.
I asked Robert Grace one time, I said, you know, do I have to worry about geese when I'm flying? No, I got 20,000 hours of flying. I said to him, I said, you know, my house has been on fire once and I've had fire burn basically around my house twice.
Yeah.
He says, you might want to worry. Anytime there's fire, I get nervous.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
bad
right.
luck.
You're just right in that draw that just,
Oh, I know. I dug up some interesting things when I was digging in that channel on that pond. Old cars and stuff.
her file must have been.
Is your office downstairs?
Yeah.
Is that where Kelly Milligan works too? Okay, yeah.
You might get distracted.
So do you know what the process is for the county to sell property? Do we just list it?
No. No, but Leslie might be able to.
I know, like vehicles and stuff, you have to go through the bidding and all that. But I'm assuming
Unless you
real
put it up
estate-
for auction. If you put it at an auction or something, then you don't have to get bids. So I would assume if you would have to list it or advertise it. Or do bidding.
Okay, that's your notification?
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan, it's gonna be that kind of day.
Just hope it's not that kind of week.
No, I agree.
No, just day. Day, maybe morning.
They get the fire and Oberlin contain, did they? No, I still heard trucks yesterday afternoon, so I wasn't sure.
That made me shoot out of bed. 2 a.m.
Yeah.
or there was a fire in Oberlin. I think it started Saturday night or I don't know about Saturday. Yeah, so
That's one by 10.
You guys started.
Yeah, we're just waiting on some advice for. Advice to come.
You guys could skip, or I don't know what.
Bryce, how long are you gonna be, bud?
15 minutes max.
What's with you guys?
Won't give time for Carol to get here yet. Want to attend the rest of the meeting, right?
See you guys again. For those in attendance that don't know who I am, my name is Bryce Cron. I'm the Executive Director of the Northwest Local Environmental Protection Group. I'm the Administrative Authority for your county environmental and sanitary codes. And I have some updates for you gentlemen on our program today. I'd like to share with you. So as many of you are aware, our group has been successful with wastewater replacement grants through our program. The first document I handed you is our final report for fiscal year 2025's grant. In that grant, we were able to put in 3 systems using the $50,000 of funding that we got from that grant. We had 2 in Scott County and 1 in Sheridan County. They're also able to pay for some water screening supplies to help with our water screening program. And then we're happy to announce that we've been approved for a grant from the Kansas Department of Health and Environment in the amount of $50,000 for the 2026 year. This is very similar to the previous year's grant. This fund came through the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, and it's meant to pay for the repair and replacement of failing domestic wastewater systems and systems that no longer meet the state minimum standard as stated in Kansas Bulletin 4-2. This program is conditional. It's on the basis of income and will cover up to 100% of repair and replacement cost on failed domestic wastewater systems for applicants at or below 134% of 2024 federal poverty level. 75% of the cost for applicants between 134 and 200%, and 50% of costs for applicants between 200 and 300% of the 2024 federal poverty level. The actions required will consist of an application process by homeowners, inspections by my office to determine that grant criteria are met, a bid process for NWLEPG licensed installers to compete for these installations, and final inspection and certifications that these installations meet not only NWLEPG county codes, but also the state minimum standards. These funds are limited. They're rewarded in order in which the applications are received until depletion. We're really happy with the program. We've had really, really good luck fixing some problems for counties that have had. A really good example is the first applicant that was approved in Scott County was in the little community of Shallow Water, which is an unincorporated community where you have a lot of farm laborers and landowners kind of living real close to each other, really aged systems. We had a cesspool in that area that was creating high nitrates and positive fecal coliform samples in the area wells right there in that little community. And we were able to identify that that problem and identify a grant that worked for getting a replacement in there. So it's been really, really helpful. Great thing to remember about these is it's not just for systems that have failed or are in failure mode. If the system in place at that location doesn't meet the state minimum standard, it can automatically be considered provided they meet the income requirements. What that means is any cesspool would be applicable for this grant. So if you have people in your community that have older homes with cesspools that are worried about their failure, we obviously want to get as many of those cesspools remediated as we can. Modern septic is far and away a safer method to dispose of our wastewater domestically, and it protects the drinking water for everybody really in the area. So any information on this you can get by calling our office. We have it up on our webpage at nwlepg.org. Right there on the splash page, it's got a good description of what it is, and then all the documents they'll need to sign and fill out and turn in, as well as it has those income levels broken down by the number of people in household, because it's obvious it's based on the number of people household at those certain income levels. So I'd encourage you to go look at our website, take a peek at it, pass on the opportunity to the people that you talk to in your community. And we'd love to get together with some people and try to make some positive change and get some wastewater issues cleaned up for people. So questions about that program?
This is only for septic.
For septic only, yes. Yes. We have part of this grant, there's $2,750 of this grant we actually use to purchase water screening supplies. So if they have a private domestic water well, they don't have to apply for a grant or anything like that, but we've expanded the availability of our screening program so we can take on more screenings every time we come around and start pulling samples in our regular route. So we've made those resources more readily available for the water well side of things. Kind of on that topic of water wells and thinking about water, I was selected by the Kansas Water Authority in December to serve on the Regional Advisory Committee for the Upper Republican. This committee advises the Kansas Water Authority in water policy and some of the local water issues we see around. So if there are things for the conservation and environment side of that you'd like to communicate to that committee, or would like to communicate with the Kansas Water Authority, I'm here to listen to those things. If there are opportunities or shortfalls in current programs in regard to the environmental protections that we do locally through our program and some others in your county, I'm very happy to take your input on that at your convenience, of course.
Might give you a call to have our well tested again. So I know
Fantastic.
there were some high nitrates west of us, so I like to watch that. But other than that, I don't.
The nitrate conversation seems to be on everybody's mind. Our first meeting that I attended, it was a big part of the conversation. So yeah, I would absolutely encourage people to take a look at your nitrates.
So I'll get a hold of you.
Sounds great. Well, gentlemen, I'm glad we could squeeze this in your schedule this morning. So if you or anyone else has any questions, be sure to call. You've got both copies.
Yep, I did. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank
Sounds great. Thank you. Have a good morning.
My apologies. The file's missing somewhere. It's there. Where? Okay. Good. I think that the whole purpose of this meeting is so that everyone is on the same page, correct, in regards to the old clinic, the new clinic. And the Century Two is concerned in regards to if all of this, money that they have raised through donations and whatnot is put into this building, that in the event that it should ever stop ceasing to be used as a clinic, then they would like some sort of assurance that if that were to happen, then that would revert back to Century Two to be able to do with it as they so chose. There is a way in which that can be done. It can be done through reservation and whatnot, but there's some more discussions that need to be had in regards to the lot is actually owned by the hospital. And so Century Two is going to be constructing on property that is already owned by the county. So there's a question there in regards to, in order for this, what we'll call reservation to be in a deed, if there's some other steps that need to be taken, which we will definitely look into so that it is a matter of record and not just some agreement that's stuffed in a drawer somewhere that 50 years from now, no one knows where it is. So that it is actually a matter of public record so that if this were to happen, it's right there and is easily found. So there's, a few more steps that we need to go through, but I think that the two entities just want the commissioners to know that these are their desires in regards to this project. And so that everyone is on the same page. And if there are any questions in regards to hospital board or Century Two or the commissioners, that it can kind of be aired out right now. If there are any concerns by, like the commissioners in regards to, okay, let's say, what's the definition of it's no longer used as a medical clinic, or, those types of things. Pretty obvious. I mean, if they shut the doors and no longer staffed, et cetera. But, there are just little nuances in regards to this. Brian brought up, like if there were improvements, like if there was another addition that was made, how would that be handled? Would Century Two be doing that with the commissioners? If the commissioners do that, then if it were to cease to be used as a medical clinic, then the county would be out that if it reverts back. I mean, there are a lot of, what ifs that should be gone through. But I think the impetus today is proceeding with the project and what the end goal ultimately is, correct? Okay.
And then assurance on the sale of the old clinic,
Right.
that money would come back to the board to be invested.
And then, and just in case, if it didn't go through with the money that the county gave back, then that money would come back to us later or no?
Well, but here's the thing, if the new clinic isn't built, we won't sell the old one.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying in the future, say you build it, the county gives you this money, and then let's say it's no longer used as a clinic, then Century Two just keeps that money, or would that
No,
money
no.
come back
That money's coming back to the hospital,
to the hospital?
which is an entity of you guys.
Okay,
Does that make?
And probably used for equipment, I would guess.
Right.
okay.
So the hospital board appointed by you gentlemen, and then we get an appropriation of tax dollars. None of that money is being used for this project. This is being funded by Century Two and the community of Bird City through donations. So the sale of the current clinic, if and when that time comes, that money, we're asking for that money to come back to the hospital board to help them with the new clinic.
Mhm.
But we just would like that on record so that we don't get to that point and then there's, a change in commissioners or whatever, and we don't have that assurance. Does that make sense?
So it would all be documented. I mean, memorialized in regards to agreements and deeds and and motions and things of that nature. This is just, kind of a heads up in regards to what the plan is, and if there is any resistance by the commissioners, would like to address that now rather than later after the project has already started.
So do you need to do some kind of a document then?
We're gonna be looking a little further into this because I didn't realize that the land was already owned by Cheyenne County. So we'll coordinate, we'll communicate in regards to what steps need to be taken and then present that at that time. This is just to get an understanding amongst everyone with the blessing of the commission to proceed is basically what it boils down to.
So we need a motion that if and when that is sold, it does not go back to the general, it goes to.
No, we don't need any motions right now. This is just a discussion in regards to how this is gonna work out. And when there is action that is needed to be taken by the commissioners, that will be done.
I'll just tell them I price shoe.
Go for it, Roger.
Is that what you meant?
I'm gonna hold you for that.
So after hearing this, do you guys have any reservations,
No, I don't.
questions, desires? It's pretty straightforward. Just looking for, kind of two different things. One, the sale of the old clinic, if and when that happens, hopefully when, not if. Then the building and the ground beneath it on the clinic, and understanding there might be some caveats down the road. But, doomsday clause just doesn't work, then it reverts back to century two. So we wouldn't end up having to buy it twice. Everything so far has been gifted to the county. You have no dollars in that, basically.
Yeah,
Anyway.
even though you own the land,
Yeah.
we gifted you the money. By the way.
We gave you the land, we went through all the pre-qualifications of digging and drilling and testing the soil and compaction and all of that environmental studies. So it's ready to be built on right now. But we're a little hesitant going down the road that if we go ahead and hit the community and Century 2 partners and builds this, down the road something happens and you guys haven't. What happens then? We didn't want to have to buy it back from you to turn it into something else. The equipment, the stuff that like Ryan talked that he filled with, that of course would be the property of the hospital.
No, good luck.
Well, it's a task. There's a lot of points on that spear. It's hard to get along the right direction.
But we didn't even know if you guys could even, do something legally like that and say things. So it's nice to know that you can.
And it's on a nice little yellow sheet that I talked to Ryan about. That's in a file somewhere in my office. It can be done. I apologize. Paid more attention to the agenda.
No, I think that we all wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page as we.
Makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Hey, thanks for what you're doing.
Just about to have a quick conversation with.
Okay.
All of them.
No, I never agree.
Yep.
Well, so did Ryan and.
Really worked out. We got rid of the good stuff.
Yeah, you got the blessing of Rogers.
Yeah, Roger's blessings. Have a good day.
Okay.
Don't make my day better. There you go.
Good, how are you doing? Good.
Good morning. How you doing? How's it?
Well, good. Yeah.
So you're on.
I like hunting deer a little short in your candy dish. 5 minute break, it was, he just disappeared, so.
Okay,
But
all
thank
right.
you.
I'll add that on here.
Yeah. Hello.
Sit down.
Mary's still there, Megan, or there's, oh, sorry, the others have checked there too, but
How are you?
you can come on up, Jessica, I think.
Okay.
Leslie's reviewed it, so.
Oh, man.
What day?
No,
No, sorry, he's not coming in. He didn't get his other quote. My apologies, Roger. Go ahead, Jessica.
Congratulations with your daughter.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
awesome.
I was like, congratulations. Which way? Life is good right now. All right. I have these two ladies with me, Mary and Sarah, from the Fair Board, and they are hoping to do a project fund through the fairgrounds for the hog panels. And at the foundation, we would like to house their fund. There is the $250 fee per year. It's a flat rate. They have already been gifted with a $200 surprise grant from a community member who won the opportunity to give it to a project, and they gave it to them. They have already done some fundraisers up to this point. Do you guys have a total that you've raised thus far? The other reason why the foundation would like to help do this for you guys and for them is that we will take responsibility for all receipts and tax write-offs and all that kind of stuff so that you guys don't have to mess with that. And then when they come in and they're ready to pay out their project, it's just a request during one of your meetings. And then the check is written and things are paid for. So it's a pretty simple project. And then we can leave this open for any other projects that they have, or you can close it. Either way. Do you guys have questions for me? So this is just a project fund, so it's not endowed. It's a non-endowed. So it's like a savings account that's invested at a higher rate, so that they're making money on their money while they're working on the project.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is not endowed.
Basically investing the money.
Yeah.
Till they're ready.
And we're managing it for you guys and then.
Yeah, that's the $200 gifted check with that
Yeah.
agreement there.
Yep. And then also having everything through the foundation, anyone who walks in my office and wants to know the different things that are happening and how they can donate their money, this is an opportunity for them. So we already have another donor, I believe that's wanting to make $1,000 donation. So, and then we can help them with any of their fundraising effort as well. Whether it be marketing or just talking to others or being there to support them or write support letters if they need to go to bigger funders. So we will help them with all of that. I have another question.
Is it paid by cash or other property?
So in this matter, anything that the foundation does for any group, donation can be made in cash, in property, in stocks, bonds. We deal with all of that.
You wouldn't have anything to do with the property though.
Nope. If somebody, let's just say that somebody wants to help the Fair Board in more ways than just the hog panel, and they see all this work that they're doing and they see the things that still need to be done there, and they have a property that is worth something and they're done with it and they just hand it right over to us and then we sell it and then we would put it into this fund. So that's just telling you all the ways in which they can take in a donation through us. Yeah, you guys don't have to deal with any of that.
Okay, I guess what I was worried, somebody give you property and there's a lot of back taxes on it or.
Right.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. We would be able to take it at that point, but if we found out that information, then we would go back to that person and say, this isn't a good fit.
Yeah.
So you don't get to throw your junk at us. But that's why we're coming into this mix so that we can deal with that. All the ways that we can benefit.
You need a motion for them to agree to, if you agree to
Yeah.
let them set this up and then we'll sign the agreement. If you,
Yep.
the board agrees to establish it.
So how do you want your motion?
Just to approve, I would say to approve the establishment of the Cheyenne County Fairgrounds Project Fund with the Community Foundation. Is that sufficient, Jessica? Okay.
So moved.
So I figured.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the establishment fund for the
Cheyenne County.
Cheyenne County Fairgrounds. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed.
Right, you need
Okay,
to
so you,
sign.
I'll let you guys keep that copy. If
Okay.
you each want to sign that one.
I
I think just you and Trista need to sign.
For Samantha.
Okay, my bad.
And
That's okay.
And
And then
then
Mary.
how many current board members you had? I wasn't sure.
you
Off the top of your head, ladies. Sorry.
And I can get you guys a list of their board members as well.
Okay.
And you guys have access, Trista will have access to see all of this online.
There's 7 of us on there. Gavin Cooper, I don't know if he brought an official resignation, but he did resign. Okay. In January because he's busy with family and stuff. And Dr. Sam asked if she could be on last week, so I came and got a form, which I think is awesome. They have that on that board. So, yeah, there'd be 8 of us with Sam if you approve.
Do you want this check back or do we need to do something?
So, well, yeah.
That's all you need?
Yeah.
Okay, because I say if we need to
Um,
funnel it, we can take it to Dawn and she can turn and write.
Yeah,
it
I'll
back
ask
if we
them
need to.
since they wrote it, if they just want to move
Okay.
it the other way. Mary,
Okay.
do you want to sign this?
Sure.
We put Mary on there.
Oh. Okay.
That was my thought. No,
I'm great. That's the only reason.
yeah.
Okay. There's my John Henry.
Okay, so Trista, I will put you on,
Okay.
as to have portal access to see this.
Sure.
And then.
Okay.
Do you want to be on there as well, or,
And if you want to send, you sure can.
okay, it's just by email.
Okay. You're pulling Yahoo.
Okay, do you guys have any other questions
No,
for us?
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Go get Steve, he was on 9:45, or they're carrying at 10 o'clock.
Okay. Her daughter was the first girl state champion, and I think the 100th state champion we'd had. Her daughter was the first girl state champion and the 100th state champion that we've, and I think she won the big state this weekend.
Did she?
I think so.
Doing what?
Wrestling.
Oh, if he's the one.
Yeah.
You had a state champion wrestler?
Yeah, a girl.
Really?
Her daughter that was talking to us. Yeah. It is very cool.
That's on.
It is.
Minuteman.
Look, see if I can find it. Excuse me.
From St. Francis.
Yes, sir. We're a big wrestling community. Roger, third and 65 or 6? 6. Hi, Steve.
Good news on the excavator. There was nothing beyond the bushings, all that repair. So that
You
should,
guys grease it good.
yeah, they do a good job of that.
Is that because you got to it early?
Yeah. I mean, we've known about, it's had some play, but
Yeah.
it was early enough. It didn't get into the stick or beyond the bushings. So,
And see what I'm dealing with. I can't even get the pin in mine anymore.
oh no.
I put a new pin in it. I don't know why it's bound up, but I had a 3/8 inch piece of steel on there and I hit it so much with a sledgehammer, it's like paper and it just fell off.
Oh no. Yeah. On this note, we got for expenses, I would like to request approval for payment to Penco for the engineering services on our bridge project.
That's right here, correct?
Correct. That's project 12C 5347 01. That was for $28,100.
Make a motion, we pay, engineering- Penco Engineering sum of $28,100 for,
Engineering services for
engineering services
our bridge project.
for our bridge project.
Been moved and seconded to pay Penco Engineering $28,100 for the 12C 5347 01 project. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Also request approval for repairs to two trucks, actually, 217 and 218. The total on the parts came to US 1609.90, $1,609.90, and it's a bumper to bumper. No, no. It was for stabilizers and bolts.
Didn't that go through today on the warrant?
Which one is it?
217, 218.
Oh, they're together. Okay.
So 60.
Well, I'll make a motion that we pay bumper to bumper, that sum of
$1,609.90.
$9.90.
Been moved and seconded to pay bumper to bumper for 217, 218, $1,609.90. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Yes, next item is I'd like to pursue some significant asphalt repairs on the South River Road. About a 200-foot stretch. It's right off that asphalt patch that we put over the concrete culvert. Just going west there for 200 feet. At a minimum, I'd like to do that. And I'm going to inquire and look into doing some work on that stretch of asphalt coming off of Highway 36 towards Prairie Land and then also at the dairy in Burke City. They're both broken out significantly, and it might be an opportunity to get some repairs completed. And I reached out to several outfits that do asphalt. I've got one quote back, and I'll try and get at least one more.
You got right there, Road 30, putting that stuff in. Now we were talking.
On Highway 36 and Road 20. That's where that asphalt plant is. They're getting started. They're hauling the material in. I don't know the timeline on when they're going to start the Highway 36 project and availability of the asphalt and all that. We've got to, continue going after that, but just I'm pursuing that. And hopefully at the next meeting, I'll have some figures that we can discuss and hopefully move forward. And that'll also include crack seal too. We do need to do that. So hopefully get a couple quotes on that. I've got one so far and I'm trying to get one more. Where we're at on that. And then I do have another repair that we'd like to pursue, and that's with our Chevy pickup. It's unit 27, early 2000 model, I believe. But it does need a rebuilt transmission, and I would like to have BG&S do that. We've done a previous pickup with that. I think it was unit 28 we did not too long ago, a few months ago. And it, our quote on that came in, and I just make where we had the quote probably has been a month ago now. I would like to request approval for not to exceed a dollar amount, and that would be $3,000. It should be less than that, but but given the way prices are so volatile right now, and it,
James quoted me 5,000 for my 6R80 or whatever it is. My
Really?
pickup. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's pretty good. It might be
the original quote was $2,800, but it's likely it'll go up a little more. And the previous one, it was real close to what the original quote was.
you talking to James on it or are you talking to James?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
The
okay.
mechanic reached out to him.
Gotta get somewhere.
Yeah, they come pick it up and then we go get it. Yeah, North Platte. Yes.
So we need a motion for the Chevy pickup number unit 27 to get a rebuilt transmission from BG&S not to exceed $3,000.
Second.
Been moved and seconded for the repair of the Chevy pickup unit 27 for rebuilt transmission at BG&S in North Platte for not to exceed $3,000. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
That's all I have right now.
Stick around for the next.
Yeah. Yeah.
About 5 minutes of executive for advice of council, the commissioners, the clerk and myself. Is that okay? And yeah.
Well,
Make a motion for 5 minutes executive session, non-elected personnel.
Advice of council.
Police council.
Been moved and seconded for 5 minutes executive session for advice of council. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed. Call the meeting back to order. No decisions were made in executive session. No, well, I'll follow you. We'll call the public hearing for the road resolution 26-06 to order. Sure. Yeah.
Jeff. Mary doing? Yeah. Yeah, I don't usually say that in public. No. Kidding. I'm kidding. He's a great guy.
Insurance guy.
Very good.
I've got several maps I can pass around just to show where we're trying to change the designation of road 30 north of you, 1 mile to minimum maintenance road. Different color ink there. I thought this was blue. And that's a dead end road going north of you, 1 mile, road 30. Primary use is going to be from landowner that lives at that intersection, as well as the oil company. Several tanks back on that road. Opening up the questions.
Yeah, it's a public hearing because this is an opportunity for anyone who would be in opposition of this being instituted as a minimum maintenance to appear and give reason why to the commissioners as to this not being a minimum maintenance road. That's why it was published in the paper, so that the notice was out there for anyone. So that, as Steve had indicated, the oil companies, the oil and gas companies are ones that use it. And so if they wanted to be in opposition of this, they should have had a representative here today to contest this designation. Or any other person, public, that feels it should not be used or designated as such.
I've worked with them a lot too, and I feel that there's not about here on their spot, and I've built my fence around their tank things. So they've been really good to work with. The guys I've talked to have no problem with them.
Very good.
That's that.
Very good.
I've talked to our guys that work on the road over there from the county over there, and they don't have they're fine with it.
I think
You blade into Lynn's place,
Played into where?
Willie's driveway.
Into the residence there?
Yeah.
No, it just, we go by it. I think the drive's on the east side of the property. Correct?
I can't hear.
Oh, sorry, Bob.
You can welcome to the pair.
But no, we don't blade into the driveway.
No, but you blade up to the driveway.
Correct.
You're not closing that part of the road.
No,
It's not a closed
No.
road.
But you're not making a minimum maintenance.
no, requesting to make it minimum maintenance going starting just north of you on Road 30.
But that'll affect my driveway, Roger. My driveway's on the U road.
It's on the U road.
Yeah, I mean, we got one entrance coming in somewhere right there, but we got actually three over here on the U road.
And of course, we minimum maintenance roads, we still maintain. It's just,
Maybe the drive come in from the east, going west into the place.
there is an access there. Yeah.
Okay, as long as there's another drive.
And I guess, yeah, you're,
Off of you.
yeah, the main access is off of you. And just a side note, we did do a little extra work, not too long ago.
Yeah, there's nobody.
Right down by the battery, there was a high bank, about a half mile in on that road. Significant snowdrift problem. It snows and we took those banks down, so that should help out considerably on that
So
stretch.
you live on the old Glasgow place.
Yes.
We have make a motion for a resolution declaring a certain road within Cheyenne County a minimum maintenance road. And it was road U and
Probably need to make a motion that it will be designated as a minimum maintenance and then adopt the resolution stating the same. That after public hearing and there being no opposition to the same, that the commissioners will designate it as a minimum maintenance and then adopt the resolution setting forth that it is. Okay.
use the words from Roger, what she said.
Seconded.
First, after public hearing to designate,
After public hearing to designate, or is it 30 and U minimum maintenance road?
you can read the description.
Not you though, right?
No, not
Just
you.
us 30. Just that 1 mile. Yeah.
Correct. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed?
And a motion to adopt resolution.
26.
Motion to adopt resolution 2606-06.
Been moved and seconded to adopt resolution 26-06. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
You will need to adjourn the public hearing.
We will call the meeting adjournment.
You need a motion to adjourn.
Can I say something first before it's adjourned? Sure. I thank you guys. This is a great community. And I don't know if Steve's ever told you, but I have donated 2 gravel pits to the caliche pits to you guys. And I told him, as long as I own the property, use them. So.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the public hearing.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn the public meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed?
That's what we're,
Specs.
that's what we're
Okay,
getting to next.
Like to,
Okay.
one final, item I want to cover today. And that's in regards to a request by Bobby to install a cattle guard, just north of his, property along Road 30. I did go out and as per resolution 21-03, I inspected the site. I inspected the cattle guard that he is available to install. The cattle guard meets our requirements. It is 7 foot wide, and a little over 7 foot and 20 feet long. And then the installation will, I think, be done with, give me the dimensions, 6x16.
6x16, them beams, or we might end up using gravel. I gotta inspect them, see if they're good enough, them beams. in
Right,
my
and
opinion.
and you can, there's used ones available if need be, but it'll have a significant base to handle traffic in and out. Then he'll have two side gates. We just request that we have one, a minimum of 20 foot, and he'll have one on the east side, that's gonna be probably close to 30 foot wide.
Oh, no, it'll be closer to 60.
60, okay, so I didn't run the tape on it. And then the other one will be approximately 20 foot wide on the west side. So we'll have two side gates for anybody that might need an implement through there, or if we're doing any work in there for any reason.
Or bulldozer.
Right.
So they can't get through.
Right, so for my inspection, the site meets our requirements, and I would request that we allow the installation of the cattle guard on Road 30. And I do have maps here if you want to see exactly where we're talking about. I think the roads are labeled on there.
I know where it's at, I don't know.
And then also here's actually warning and pictures of the cattle guard and the location that it's going to go in.
Yeah. It's a brand new cattle guard too. You know, should hold up for a while.
Yeah, there again, I spoke with the guys from Birch City, they do all the roads out there, and they're not opposed to it. So I'd make a motion to go ahead and let them put the cattle guard across.
Now Roger has me all confused.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to allow the cattle guard to be put on road view. All in favor, signify by road. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Oh my goodness, it's a Monday. Any opposition? No.
Thanks, guys. And man.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Copies of them.
Yeah, moved you in a new day.
Carissa will need it.
It's like the resolution. Oh, sorry, I moved it over. Was
Take
zoomed
care.
in on my.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If there's no other questions for me, I'll get out of your guys' hair.
Oh, then I'm making sure I got the motions right. No.
Good day.
You as well. How is it a Monday?
Here,
Morning, everybody.
I think Charissa has some stuff that they've gone through in my behalf.
oh, go ahead. Once they approve it, then we'll.
Okay, very good.
This goes to INA, right? And this
Yeah.
is part of the door part, right? That you would.
Yes, it's the second, it's final payment. See, we paid half up front. And so we withheld some because the door entry card has not been put in yet. And so we're not paying, I took that off, so we're not paying for that yet. And like I said, there'll be a representative there at our meeting on the 25th, and we'll get this kind of finalized. So there'll probably be some more expenditure because number one, they just figured one door entry. And I'm reasonably sure we need more. Not everybody can go around to that side, like the kitchen and on opposite end. So anyway, I think there'll be more come on that project at that point. And we have a new interim administrator. Her name is Treva Greaser. And she's from the Wichita area, and she seems to be doing well. So that's good. And some of the projects going forward, need to do some, sidewalk work, and I haven't talked to Brock yet about that. He needs to grind some of those joints down and replace a few sections, but that's something on my wish list. I don't have anything to present yet, but, and then, better TVs, better TV reception. And I'm working with Dish to see what they can do for a commercial setting, because they do big ones, but I don't have any numbers back on that yet. So at some point, I would like to move forward with that, depending on what pricing and stuff he comes up with. And our commercial washer is really, really old, and they repaired it, and it's okay for now, but it's an old machine, and so someday. That's the main washer. Yeah, in the long-term care, yeah. And so I guess that's all I see on my wish list at the moment. Any questions?
I move we pay the INA alert out of 16,925.01.
Second it.
It's been moved and seconded to pay the INA bill for $16,925.01. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed.
I'm the same.
You can sign.
So that gets that all taken care of,
Yep,
doesn't it,
we will
Teresa?
get those.
Very good. All right.
He doesn't sign the back of it.
There's the,
You're gonna have to keep an eye on you, which you are. Sorry about that. Well, if there are no other questions, I'll get out of your way.
Thank you, Betty.
Thank you for your continued support.
Morning. Okay.
Morning.
I'm here to, Jesse Moreland has, done a 90-day. And we did an evaluation on him, and at the 90 days, he's to get a 50 cent an hour raise. And sure, so it does have the paper.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Is it moving up a class 2 or no?
No.
No.
It's just something that's in our thing.
you will, yeah.
Some book somewhere.
Fine with that.
Need a motion to approve the new wage.
Say, okay, I'll make a motion. It's 50 cents.
It's been moved and seconded to do the wage agreement for Jesse Moreland. Is that right? 50 cent raise. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed.
Aye.
What?
I'm gonna start over.
You're in support, Willie, right?
Pardon?
You're in support
Yeah,
of it?
Support of it?
Yeah.
We're slow.
Would have gotten out there, anyone opposed in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, and may I get 5 minutes executive session?
Yeah.
Personnel. I guess.
Not elected?
Those words.
I move we have 5 minutes executive session for non-elected personnel.
Second.
Then moved and seconded to have 5 minutes executive session for non-elected personnel. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed.
Yeah, Justin,
Yep,
that's right.
good to hear you there.
Yeah,
Perfect. Yep.
thanks, you guys. Oh, God, now it's gonna look like I tried to hear it. I'm just gonna go out there and let them think, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll sit here like this.
Count your fist. Yeah, look up there.
We'll call the meeting back to order. No decisions were made in the executive session. Okay. Went faster than it was scheduled for, though.
Well, just here, the last one of it, which I knew would.
Excuse me. For you.
Well, cold today, kind of a shock from what we've had. But these are just what the state makes us do every year. This one is our management plan. We have to specify our goals, what weeds we have in the county, types of equipment we have, what buildings we have, salary, years in the department, what we're gonna do for education.
Did you feel cold last week?
I did. Well, I don't know what it was, if it was that or allergies from being in Prairie Dogs Town. I never felt bad, but I was sneezing, coughing, spitting stuff up. Then I'd lose my voice, then it'd come back, and so I don't know if it was that or the pollen. I mean, it's terrible dry out. It's every Prairie Dog Town I was in last week. I mean, the grass was just disintegrating under you. It's bad. Between that and screaming every time I'd see a rattlesnake, maybe that was, oh my gosh, every day. And 3 of them Friday over at Nick Ketzner's. They've been out pretty much all winter. Maybe 2 towns I've been in, I didn't see one.
They're out now.
Yeah. Been so warm. Yeah, I think our ground temp, I looked last week on the mesonet, I think at 4 inches or like at 45 degrees. And 2 inches was anywhere from 32 to 54 or something. It's warm. I think Friday or Saturday. It seems about time. But maybe Saturday there might have been some out. I don't know. It was a little breezy, but
Replacing the car like that.
we can still get a big snowstorm though.
Break all the trees.
Yeah.
I move we approve the 26 management plan.
Second. Been moved and seconded to approve the 2026 management plan for noxious weed. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed?
This is the actual noxious weed report. We do a 10-section survey each year, and that gives the numbers off the estimated acres on those in the county and the ones we treat on private land. Last year was messed up. The lady that usually did the surveys quit, and nobody else knew how to assign the section numbers in Topeka, so they just randomly picked them. But we've actually got a new state weed specialist this year, so hopefully it goes better. Yeah, there are. Some of them they're looking at taking off and adding like cut leaf teasel and some different weeds that I think are going to be more prominent in eastern Kansas where it rains a lot. I don't know that we'll have a lot of those out here, but the Corey cress is new. We've got 2 spots out in the north ditch by Riverside that it comes up a little bit, but they're no bigger than this table combined. So we can keep it that way. I'm sure it just came off a load of hay or something going down the highway and spread the seeds, but that's all I've found so far of it. Looks a lot like penny cress, the little white kind of snowball flowers you'll see in the pastures. It's very similar to that. Comes in a lot thicker. It just smothers everything else out. Mountain grass is really the only noxious grass we have here, and there's a little bit out here on the railroad tracks into the west, but That's all I've seen of it in the county.
Heard that.
Yep, we have been. Well, that's such a mess. We're not even supposed to be on railroad right of ways. But I don't understand why we mow part of that out there, I guess. I don't know if that was something Dave did. Just right out here east of the elevator. The county always mows down there kind of towards the fairgrounds. And that's where it comes in. That would be a question for Steve, why we mow along there. I don't really know. The other side, we built the equity on that before they sold that property. It was on them, so they paid for it. Right out here where the railroad tracks are on the Parks Road, they usually mow like 2 passes on the south side, going towards the fairgrounds.
Far out.
Oh, almost to where the fairground starts, I think. Why, I do not know, but I know that's kind of always been done since I've been here. Yeah, I've seen them out there. Yes, I when you disapproved in signatures too.
Do you need a motion
On the eradication report.
the eradication report? Officer Police Department.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the eradication report for noxious weed. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed.
And this one is just a list of everything we sprayed and did prairie dogs last year. All the right of ways we've sprayed on their private land. I'm guessing have a lot more.
Navigate came down at all.
I don't know. I haven't priced any. Everything else was kind of steady, but I'm guessing with the current war, it's probably going to start going back up. Depending on what stock they have. Luckily, we bought early when it was cheap in the fall. Try to get it on sale and I don't need anything on that. That was just for you guys if you wanted to look. That's all I have.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
Hey, you have a good week.
You too.
It might be helpful.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick first.
Same.
Maybe it's just same.
Well,
Well, I know, that's what I was just thinking. I'll just put in here recess for 5 minutes. How's that?
That's good.
My coffee.
We'll call the meeting back to order. All right, guys.
Morning, gentlemen. So come over to talk to you guys this morning. You know, the grant we had talked about with Saint getting the 2 trucks.
Right.
So Saint has decided to, I guess, bow down out of that grant. We want to go ahead and move forward and go ahead and add another truck to our fleet. And what their plan is to keep one of their brush trucks and just get rid of their 6x6 that they work into the place. So basically what we're wanting to do is go ahead with the grant and try to do it for 180,000. Basically, we just want to make sure you guys are okay with us going forward with doing that.
Going forward without St. Francis.
Yeah, going forward without doing St. Francis, yes.
And we approved for St. Francis one last time.
Yeah, you guys had approved for us both to go together and get a grant for, I believe it was 500,000 to get 2 trucks, one to replace their 6x6 and then for us to add to us.
And basically, I mean, we hate to back out fully where we've already done all the surveys and everything, you
We've
know,
done quite a bit of the legwork and
where we've
Yeah,
already
we're
well on our way. We hate to just back out.
That's when you do need that other one.
Right.
Yeah, need for that one other one.
Yeah.
we could utilize it, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, just kind of talk about so kind of the longer term plan is. So I guess the challenge was getting, well, he's kind of talking to them. It's getting more water to the fire faster is the strategy. And so basically they're wanting to do like 3 quick attacks, which would be like the 550 size vehicles that, you know, they carry less water, but they get there faster. Right now we each have 2. We're wanting to move up to 3. So then and then we'll have the bigger trucks there eventually. So it's just more of a quicker response is kind of the goal we're trying to accomplish with this.
This is where I get confused. So you've got St. Francis, you've got Bird City, and you've got Cheyenne County, right?
Correct.
So how do you guys all work together and come to decisions and I'm just trying to know for my own personal, like I said, I get confused because there are three entities, right?
Yes.
And they aren't under necessarily Cheyenne County. I mean, like,
So, yeah, so basically, so each city has their own department.
okay,
And then their district or is the city limits.
Okay.
So if we have a fire inside Bird City, it's the Bird City Fire Department that
Okay.
responds. Pretty much everybody that's on the department are city and county firefighters.
Right.
We split like meeting bills, if the fire's in the county pays for their call. If it's in the city pays for the call type of
okay,
and then they share equipment basically. Like our city owns the building, the county has their equipment in the building.
okay,
Kind of a
okay,
symbiotic type of a thing.
okay.
And then as far as the county, then Saint has their fire districts, Bird City has their fire district,
Okay.
which would be in really hazardous situations, we do an automatic response where if there's a fire anywhere in the county, everybody responds.
Right.
Just as
Right. And so the financing of everything, like you get, like within the city limits, Bird City funds part of that.
so we have a city budget, and then a county budget. There's just
Right.
one county budget for both departments. So we're
County owns all the property, all of the vehicles.
the city owns the pumpers.
The pump.
Yeah. I'm not sure about I'm saying Bird City. I don't.
So in Bird City, they own the pumpers,
Uh-huh.
and then the county owns the,
Yeah, like the quick attacks and that part.
Okay.
And then we've like in the city, me and Dan, we've split like a lot of the PPE cost. Like for order bunker gear, the city buys one, county buys one. Type of we go half and half on a lot of stuff like that.
well, then, and I mean, no
SCBA,
disrespect,
things like that.
it's just that you guys wear so many hats. When you're volunteering-
convoluted. You're absolutely.
Bird City, or here's family.
Yeah, that's a good question. You're not the Bird City, but the county district.
Yeah. Well, here is Bird City Rural. We're here as rural. Yeah, I guess I don't even know, but yeah.
I apologize.
No, oh, trust me, we've had these same conversations of like, well, and just like the billing, trying to sort through we got billing for some gloves or some stuff, and it's Bird City, Cheyenne County, and then it's like, well, okay, who is that? And you're absolutely spot on with.
The chief, right?
Well, yes, I guess, yes.
Well, it would technically be, he would be the assistant chief to Dan.
Yeah, Dan's the county chief, so he's the county chief for both departments. And then the way Dan kind of presented it to me was, I'm basically the assistant chief for one district, and Labarge is the assistant chief for the other for Saint. So,
All right.
so that's kind of hierarchy, I guess, or the way it's been explained to me. But
We are not planning on getting rid of it.
so we're just wanting to add a third quick attack.
Yeah, we want to add another door fleet.
Yeah, because the one that we were replacing, basically we're wanting to have, because it's still, it's operational, it's still functional, it's in decent shape, it's just 20 years old. So we're wanting to keep that as like a reserve truck. So it wouldn't be the first one out the door anymore. But we'd still have it available if we did have a huge fire. If that makes any sense.
Got room for it.
Well, we're doing an addition now. I'm working on doing another bay off the north end, or possibly.
And that's on the city,
Which would be a city expense. Yeah, that's not a county.
since it's a city building.
And because we're planning on doing that anyway, because we're getting that command vehicle in and we don't want to have that set out. So we're going to add an addition to at least be able to keep things inside. Which that's the other hat that I'm wearing. So
The city approved built addition.
I'm still getting bids, but yeah, I talked to Frank O'Berry, and we're, it's gonna be kind of tight, but yeah. We have, remember what it was. We still have, I think 15,000 left in our building fund from when they built the building. So we're gonna use that. And then we had some, donation money we were gonna use. And then we was gonna try to get a local grant, see if we can, do it. And then we're gonna, so the plan is more than likely to get it within budget of what we're shooting for. We'll probably end up, getting a kit and doing it ourselves, correcting it. So,
You guys?
yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, we're putting the volunteer and volunteer fire. But that's, yeah, I mean, I got one bid back, full, like, so basically he's going to do a lean-to off the north end, have a door at either end, have as like a drive-through, so it'll house 2 trucks. Insulated, cement and everything was about 48,000. Was the one bid, but I haven't heard back from several others, so. But, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at on that.
And that's all to Bird City.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
all city.
That's, yeah. But, if anything, I got plan A, B, C, D, F, I guess, but, plan C, I guess, would be, we'll do it in phases where we'd put up, basically an uninsulated carport with open ends to at least house the command vehicle. And then on next year's budget, I'd put doors in and insulate it and do it over like a 2 or 3 year period to finish it. Because with this grant, the grant doesn't end, I don't believe, till October. So we're looking at like a year and a half before,
You're gonna need a building.
yeah. But in the immediate future, we'd like to have something just to keep the command in. So right now, I'm not sure.
We have 4, so we have 4 fire trucks. We
And a
have our
tender.
tender, and then we have our rescue. And then we have the city pumper truck in Bird City. I believe here it's basically they have the exact same thing. But their plan is they're gonna keep one of their brush trucks and replace their big 6x6. So they're gonna end up with basically exactly the same thing that they have now for truck wise. And I think if we get this one, it will put us to have the same number of trucks that they do to be able to respond.
Yeah.
So,
and like I said, I'm not sure what their final, whether they're wanting to keep the 6x, because apparently it's leaking oil.
yeah, it's got some.
And so I'm not sure if they're going to replace their 6x6 or if they're going to take it out of service, get a new chassis and put it back. And so I'm not sure what they're going to do for sure, but they're wanting to move to 3 quick attacks. So our Scott packs, I got, so the city pumper I bought, I think I have 4 or 6, that the city purchased. To be in compliance, ours are 2002. Well, they come out with like periodical updates to be in compliance. I spoke with Dalmatian Fire, which is who I got our Scott packs through, and he's pretty certain he can update ours to be in compliance. Our tanks were 2017, which is when we bought the truck. The masks were 2004. They were refurbished. So they're 2004 models. I'm going to take those out. He's going to flow test them, and he thinks he can. The only thing that they need is a heads-up display on the mask to be in compliance. So he's pretty certain he can just update our equipment to be in compliance. County, there's older than dirt stuff and there's newer stuff. It's just kind of been a gradual, buy a set here. But the city, I bought them all at one point. So that was a little bit easier. I don't know, how many county packs do we have?
We have 6 county packs and I believe 6 city packs.
I'm emailing with Dalmatian Fire on the city part. I guess I didn't want to step on toes on the county side because I know there were several guys working on that. So we're trying to delegate out.
Make it easy for everybody.
So that way you don't have 4 people calling the same guy. Trying to. But we're not like super out of compliance. If that's a term, I don't even know. But yeah, so basically, the way their updates were, so on the SCBA, the mask part, we have your pass device, which is you set it, and if you stop moving, an alarm will go off. That was one of their updates for like the 2002 and newer. Then in 2013, they came out with the heads-up display, which basically has a little thing on your visor that tells you how much air you have left and pressure and that type of thing. So it's not like it's all new equipment. It's just updates to equipment. And then I think 2026 they're coming out with a new update, but you just have to be within, from what I've been told, you have to come up with, be within like 2 updates to be in compliance with fire code. But like I said, that's all third party. I couldn't find the statute myself, but that's what the salesman told me.
So going back to the grant,
Sure.
you said that, well, would it be St. Francis Rural? Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Decided that they weren't going to proceed with the grant?
So they're basically wanting to transfer their part of the grant from a truck to SCBA. So they're still wanting to apply for a grant.
So the grant is still going through, it's just.
So they want to apply, it is, but it isn't. So the grant for the trucks will be moving forward if we get okayed. But that will be for the Bird City side. Now, the St. Francis side, they have decided they don't want to move forward with the same grant, so they're gonna have to rewrite a separate grant to do the SCBA
I believe
stuff.
so.
So basically, we would be doing kind of 2 grants. They would be doing one for the SCBA, which after I've talked to Fruin, he's gonna try to get enough to where we can cover both departments on that grant for the SCBA stuff. And then we just want to move forward to add the extra truck onto our fleet.
So was there like a meeting discussing the future or the acquisition of all of this, or how are those decisions made?
Well, that's good.
Well, originally we had a meeting.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, what the commissioners had done was approved a grant for both Cheyenne or St. Francis Rural and Bird City Rural.
Yeah.
And now what I'm hearing is it's all changing, that you just want to proceed on Bird City Rural. But how are those decisions made within the department in regards to divvying up that grant?
So Fruin come to us and said, hey, this is what we got going on with our SCBA stuff. So we have decided we want to back out of the grant for the trucks. And we just want to look for a grant for a different, for SCBAs.
Yeah, it's mostly been informal communication. I mean, we've been talking, but it hasn't been an informal setting, you know. We've discussed having just officers meetings like quarterly or every couple months.
Yeah, I think that's something we need to do moving forward.
But like I said, it is, like I said, I don't know, I really don't.
That grant due like the beginning of March?
It opened in March. It closes in October.
No, but I mean, everything had to be done in order to apply at the beginning of March.
Everything has to be turned in by October.
Yeah. I mean, that's just when it opened. You couldn't turn it in before March 1st. Fruin was he wanted to get in first, basically, was his.
The way it was explained to us.
Yeah, but yeah, because the March is the opening, and then it closes in October, and they make their decision, and then it doesn't open till March again.
Right, but the surveys and such
had to be turned in by the end of their grant period.
Yeah, they didn't have to be turned in by March.
Because I thought there was like a push to.
Yeah, he was wanting to.
Like a 2-week window.
He was wanting it to be.
He was trying to improve the odds.
Yeah,
is really what it.
Improve the odds, basically. He wanted to be first one on the table.
Yeah. But because last year, if I remember, I think it was in November they were trying to apply, and the grant period was closed because it closes in October. So it's, but like I said, we've already pretty much, I think we'd have to do a few more surveys because the way it was explained to me, I guess the way Karina explained it to Keaton, who explained it to us, is since the grant can stay the same, the dollar amount can change, but the grant, it's still a Cheyenne County grant. Since the geographic area would change as far as the coverage of the vehicle, which I'm still a little wishy-washy on, but we just have to do a few more surveys than what we did because it's a percentage of the area residents. So since the area changes, we'd have to do a little bit more, but the grant itself's still the same grant, if that makes any sense, because it's a 20%, I believe. It's an 80-20. So
I mean,
sure.
So for Bird City, I mean, it's coming out of the whole fire department budget. It's not, okay, this much goes to Bird City Rural, this much goes to St. Francis Rural.
Yeah, that's
This
just
is coming
exactly
out of the budget as a whole. So there wasn't a meeting to divvy this out with the.
It's always been just one budget for both departments.
Right. But I mean, it was a joint effort in regards to all of these vehicles with this one grant, correct?
Yes.
And it's a cost or what's it?
Split grant.
Yeah.
Whatever. So there's 20%. If you guys proceed, that would be coming out of the county budget as a whole for your truck.
Yes.
So I'm sorry.
Okay,
Hold on.
I know what you're saying. She's wanting communication with.
Yeah.
I'm getting to know as a whole, what action has been taken so that Bird City Rural has the blessing to continue with this grant,
So when I
just paying 20% of the budget.
So when I talked to Fruin, he knew that we were going to move forward. He seemed like they were okay with it. Now to backtrack, basically, so they bought 2 new trucks over here, which took out of our side of the budget, is what you're saying. And to be 100% honest with you, we knew nothing about that.
Okay.
And we're not going down that route.
No. I'm just wondering what the,
No, both departments know about it and they're okay with it.
Just don't want to step on toes.
Exactly.
Right.
And I've been talking to Dan. I mean, I've been discussing it with Dan and
well, it's one of those transparency things.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I agree. It's
For some reason, and I'm sorry guys if I'm out of line here asking all of these questions, but this is one thing that has just really confused me in regards to, do you guys have formal meetings? Do you make motions? Do you have?
so basically the way it kind of works is St. Francis has a monthly meeting, Bird City has a monthly meeting. Dan goes to both meetings.
Okay.
So I mean, as far as a formal lineage of the overarching. And so, so basically it's kind of like, hey, this is what we're looking at doing. Bird City say, hey, this is what we're looking to doing. And then, like I said, and then informally between us, but then Dan's the one that has like between both departments as far as the
overseer.
Yes, exactly.
The grant would be for less money now.
Yes. So instead of 500,000, it'd be 180, and then the county would be 20% of that, which is as a political science major.
180, 18, 36. Sorry, 36. So you're closer.
So I see the smoke rolling.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise.
But no, so basically it's more of we're just wanting to continue with the original grant that was approved at a lesser amount for lesser equipment. And then Saints wanting to take basically I don't want to say what they were approved for, but the spirit of what they were approved for and pursue SCBA, but it doesn't fall under the same grant parameters. It would have to be a different process.
Are you going to have room for the new truck that we approved last meeting?
That's what we're adding on now. Yes.
But if you got a quick attack truck, you'd need it in the new building as well, correct?
So we're going to do a bay that'll hold 2 trucks.
Okay. That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah. And our overarching plan is to have the command and the rescue in the new bay. Okay. And then just basically designate that as more, I wouldn't say non-fire related, but more like emergency, hazmat, you know, accident, things like that, and have that all kind of its own little bay to help keep from tripping over everything else. And then we put the new truck where the rescue is now. So all the fire would basically be in one section of the building, rescue, command, technical, you know, because the way things are going, there's more expectations out of the fire department. I mean, it's not just, you know, it used to just be fire. Now it's, you know, like I went up to the school because they had a cleaning product contaminate, or they put two chemicals together that shouldn't have been put together to make chlorine gas. And so we had to go up and do like air quality tests, and I had to put on my, you know, like, okay, so let's figure out, which is basically mustard gas, which I did not realize that. Yeah. Google's a wonderful thing. It's like, mix this and this. What do you get? Oh, mustard gas. Great. Okay, let's figure that. So, but so the expectations and the capabilities that are expected of the department is evolving. You know, we're, you know, whether it's, you know, with electric vehicles, hybrid cars. I mean, there's that's really kind of the next challenge or the next frontier of expectations. So we're just trying to meet that is really what it comes down to. Well, I really went on a tangent. Sorry. But yeah, and this is part of the communication. We just thought we'd come over and let you guys know how things have changed or what. Oh, I get you.
I just want you guys to all work together for one common
Oh,
goal.
sure,
I don't want to,
yeah.
I don't want to say, hey, yeah, let's do this other quick attack truck, and then have the other guys in Sandy be like, hey, we did a lot of the legwork too, you know. So I don't know.
Oh, and
I take care of you guys.
Well, on that note, actually, Fruin is the one that come to us and said, hey, we want to back out on this.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I mean, he was okay with, I did say, you know, let's talk to everybody and say, and we talked and we're like, yeah, we want to move forward. And I mean, it was like, yeah, we're good with that. So.
Oh yeah, and like I said, I've talked to several of the guys on saying, yeah, there's no ill will, there's no animosity. It's all, well, at least that's what they told me. I don't. But.
Well, I was under the assumption when we were after this grant, we were going to get rid of 2 trucks. There was nothing ever said about adding a truck.
Well, they were going to get rid of 2 trucks.
Saint was going to get rid of. So Saint, actually, their plan was on the grant, they were going to get rid of a truck and they wanted us to, and we said, no, we don't want to do that. We wanted to just add to our fleet. And that was, if I remember correctly, that was what was said in here. And I may be wrong.
Yeah.
But I know we never really said we wanted to get rid of a truck.
We've never said in here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just never wanted to get rid of a truck.
Because it's just another truck we've got to insure.
Well, that is true.
And then, I guess I'm not having a big problem with going ahead and getting another truck. But I don't think I can approve you going after a grant until I know Bird City is going and has voted on adding to the firehouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna have one of our trucks sitting outside.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
You told me you talked to somebody, but
Oh yeah, I haven't got it approved yet. No. But basically,
because you're adding a truck and I'm not liking adding a truck. I'll admit, I'm sorry.
And that's because we don't have anywhere to put it at this time, correct?
Well,
Yes and no.
yes and no.
Well, and one thing to take into
I
consideration.
think gentlemen, in the 80s, we had a really bad fire and about burnt our homes. Come down from like Johnny Lampy's clear up on the flat, clear down to the river. And we had 0 county equipment. 0. We fought that with tractors, discs.
Garden hose.
I'm
serious, they were.
And the county commissioners, which can't believe I wouldn't want at that time, but they bought those 2 big old green trucks. And we have added and we've added and we've added.
Well, sure.
And there's gotta be a point somewhere where we have to stop. I mean, I wanna keep improving,
Right.
let's say upgrading. But I'm a little concerned about adding to what we have.
Okay.
Just for paying insurance and liability and.
Well, that is true. Yeah.
Cause I know we've got good support from